What is up, world? Today we have a 2015 Cadillac Escalade ESV with a 6.2 liter ls86 motor. This motor was built more for efficiency, but today we're having a reduced power limp mode, setting the code p2138, which has to do with the accelerator pedal. So we went ahead and pulled the code. We found that there was a TSB, which is a technical service bulletin in regards to this code, and basically General Motors is saying that there may be water intrusion and it's, you know, messing up the wire that feeds the pedal. So these cars nowadays have drive-by wire, and you don't actually have a throttle cable. A potentiometer moves in the gas pedal to send the signal to the computer, and then the computer moves the throttle body. So here we have the power distribution box. There's no sign of water intrusion. Everything looks clean and crispy. As we move down underneath here, we checked around the body control module area, and we actually replaced the gas pedal with an OEM part. None of the pins were corroded or nothing. The car drives fine. When you look at the live data, everything's good. Then all of a sudden, boom, limp mode. So then we also checked the throttle body to see if, you know, if it was operating normally or if there was any corrosion or damage to the connector, and we didn't find anything. But I'm here to show you guys today we found the issue. So if we go to the wiring diagram, it gives us brief description of how the system works. So the APP is what they're referring to as a throttle pedal. If this thing will focus. So as you can see, it has a couple of reference signals and power sources that go from the pedal directly to the ECM, and on the other end of the ECM it controls the throttle body motor. So basically you have a series of wires from the pedal that feed there. So we got the Autel here, and we went into the live data, and in the live data we can see accelerator pedal position 1 and 2. We also could see the throttle position. For the most part, everything looked normal. So then I decided to see, like, maybe this thing had a short in the harness. So we found out that the throttle wires coming from the pedal feeds into the ECU via connector X1. If you guys take a look over here, you see there's 3 connectors: X1, X2, and X3. The closest thing I could find to a ls86 ECU pinout was on a L83. So here's a printout of connector number 1, and if we go down the list here, we could see this wire right here, accelerator pedal position signal number 2, and it says goes to the gas pedal. And then also it says the color of the wire is light green and white. It's not focusing. So I was monitoring the live data, and then I was wiggling the X1 connector to see if is there a potential short, and sure enough we found it. This is the wire they're talking about. So when I wiggle this wire, you're gonna see a change in the voltage for pedal position number 2. You see right there, it just went to 0. So that shows me that this wire has a break. Even though the insulation is intact, the copper strands inside may have got stretched and caused that break. So this was causing the issue. So as you're driving, the car is normal. As soon as you hit a hard enough bump in the road or vibration, it jostles the harness and it creates that short, throwing you into limp mode. So I'm hopeful that, you know, this can help someone else out there in the car community, because it was throwing my ass for a loop for quite a while. So we're trying to get this fixed, and stay tuned for the next video. All right, world, as you can see, we soldered the connection here. This is a heat shrink and solder all in one connection, and then we got it as close to the pin as possible here. So now we're gonna hook this up, put battery back, and test to see if we have a solid connection. Okay, world, so now we're test driving the car. So far so good. We got to make sure we put the throttle through a number of different ranges of loads, and then go over some decent speed bumps, and then if the issue doesn't reoccur, then we know we have ourselves a fix. Stay tuned to Blueprint Auto for more tips